Hello, welcome to another video. So in this video on Excel, I'm going to tell what is a flash fill in Excel. So flash fill is a very powerful tool that will help us automate the process of formatting and transforming data in just few clicks, right? So it will analyze the pattern in your data and intelligently fill in the adjacent cells based on those patterns and which will save a lot of our time. So for this, what I've created a sample set of data. You can have a very large data of like thousands or lakhs of records which you want to format. So for the demo purpose, I'm using around 11 records that will be doing and demonstrating flash fill on. So how does it work? So first thing, you need to make sure your data is there. So if you see, I have one column as employee ID, other column is as having multiple data, which has the first name of an employee, last name, and the department. They all are in one shell. So now what I have to do, let's say I want to segregate the first name in a separate column, second name in another column, and department name in the third column. So what I am going to do, I'm going to select. So what I have to tell the system to understand the pattern. So if I say Tom, and what I will do, go to the right bottom corner of that cell, drag it down. So if you see, automatically it will fill as Tom. So we don't want it. We want the individual name. So what I will do, if you see here, there is a small icon. If I go ahead and click here, you will see an option as flash fill. If I click it here, so you will see automatically the first name from the column B were populated in my column C. So which is quite easy. So this is very handy when I'm working with a bigger amount of data. So you can review the data in case needed. You might need to adjust your pattern. So based on that, it will fetch the data. Same way, if I want to do it mod. So other way of doing it, if you go at the top, there is a tab called as data on the ribbon. Select the data, give the pattern. So I will give the pattern to make it understand what pattern I want to add. So I will give a pattern mod layer. So rather than dragging it down from here, what I will do, I will come to the next shell and go to the data tab, and there is an option of flash fill. I will just click it here to activate the flash fill, and it automatically activated. You see it has activated the flash fill and filled all the values. So if you want to have some values, you can edit it. If you don't want, you can remove it. So it automatically put all the last name of the employees. Same way, if I want to do for my department, I will go IT and I will drag it down, and I will simply do flash fill, and it has filled my department as well. So even it picks the department column, but I don't want, I will use some other name as the column, so I can delete it. So based on that, you can use it for multiple purposes. Okay. Even it can be helped for splitting the data. Just now we saw that we splitted the data from one column to multiple columns. Then you can use it for combining the data as well. So let's say if I want to go ahead and enter some data, let's say I will take the last name mod hyphen IT, right? Or let's say Larrier hyphen HR. So I have given a pattern to this cell, and now what I will do, go to data and click on flash fill. So it will automatically take the column values, and it is combining the last name with a hyphen sign or a dash sign and followed by the department. So it has identified the pattern, and based on that, it has merged the data in a separate column. But remember, this will be done in the adjacent column itself. So let's say if I go to the H here and I try to say Tom hyphen mod or first name and last name like this, Peter hyphen Larrier. And if I try to do flash cell, it will not be able to work because it needs the adjacent column to fetch that pattern. So it is not in the adjacent column. Let's say if I enter the same data here in the column G, And if I go ahead and do flash fill, so here it was able to identify and fetch the required data. Okay, so there shouldn't be any specific gaps between the columns. Okay, so it will be helpful for various different purposes. So this will also help us to save our time and increase the accuracy, because right now we have very less number of records, but where we have huge number of records and when we are processing those in an Excel, so it will be quite beneficial for us to go ahead and do this. And it will also help us increase our productivity. So hardly it took few seconds, milliseconds to fill those values. I hope you like this video. Thank you.